The last time on the wilds of Valadniir, the Crown Collectors, on their journey east, found themselves beset by a nest of arachnid monstrosities. It's been a little bit of a battle against their young, but the mother arrived and nailed a few of you to the ground with a glue-like webbing, and that is where we're going to pick up. The current turn order is Kravish with Yuno on deck. If everybody's on the map, let's get back into the battle. Kravish, you are prone and kind of glued at the waist on top of a huge pile of bones. What would you like to do on your turn? You're not restrained. You're glued at the hip. So maybe a series of strength checks if you want to, attempt some things. But it is your turn. You have free use of your weapons, your spells. There's a big giant spider on top of you.
Okay. I am going to use my action to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okie dokie.
Because that's verbal only.
Right, it is.
And I'm going to upcast it. Let's see. I'm going to upcast it to 4th level.
4th level. Dissonant Whispers. That's a damaging spell. Requires a wisdom check.
Yes, DC 16.
DC 16. Let me bring up wisdom stats. All right. 16. Not a great roll at all. Natural 4. That's going to be a 6 on its wisdom.
All right. 6 on its wisdom. So he is going to take... Hold on. Let me roll that damage. So at 4th level, he takes 6 D6 of psychic damage.
Yo.
So he takes 25 points of psychic damage.
25. Okay.
And must use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay, so it's backed into the corner, as you can see on the map. It's going to spider climb. Does this get an opportunity of attack if it moves away? I'm guessing it kind of does, right?
I think it would, yeah.
Okay, so Koza, you're both Kravish tall characters, but this thing spider climbs up the wall. And the wall's not terribly tall. It's maybe 25, 30 feet above you with like heavy stalactite protuberances that descend maybe 10 feet into the space. So it's going to kind of try to disappear amongst these spiky ceiling shapes. And you're both going to get an attack against it. So let's have... I'm trying to figure out a cool little... It's slowly getting away. Let's have an attack from Koza and Kravish. Anthem's Edge, natural 20. Wow.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, Koza, you get... I know you just jumped online. You're going to get a melee attack or a cantrip attack, I don't really care, against this spider creature as it ascends into the ceiling away from you all. Koza.
No.
Make an attack, fool.
Right.
You're making an opportunity attack against the spider.
It's trying to take off into the ceiling.
Just logged into everything. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer decided to log me out of everything, so
yeah,
I had to log back into Roll20, log back into Discord.
It will embarrass you every time.
Opportunity attack. All right. Please don't screw me over. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, a 21 slashes this thing straight across the abdomen as it escapes. Yeah.
I haven't rolled my damage yet. I'm going to let him do it.
Yeah, I need some damage from Anthem's Edge on its natural 20.
Oh, boy.
Yep. So I'm going to get my 2d8 piercing, or do you roll the 1 die and double it?
You roll a damage die, double it, and add your mods.
Okay. So we've got... This is going to take some adding because I am pumping a Divine Smite into this.
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's see.
That's devious.
How big of a divine smite?
8, so 13 of piercing.
13 piercing. Got it.
We've got the innate 2d8 radiant from Anthem's Edge, or 2d6. So that goes to...
It is a legendary divine weapon.
So 2d6. That's another 18 of radiant from the weapon.
Damn.
And also
18?
with that success... Huh?
I'm just counting up points
Okay.
on this monster attack. That's just an AoE, or a opportunity.
Mm-hmm. And now for my divine smite. Let me pull up that so I know how much I'm doing there. All right, 2. And I'm going to use a 3rd level spell slot, so that's going to be another 4d8 doubled.
Kravish coming in like a hurricane.
That's 30 additional points of radiant.
30 additional points of radiant damage. All right. It's not down. However, it ascends above you. And, Koza, what was your damage? You had 4 on your 21.
Just 4 slashing.
So here's what happens. You two are both... I don't think Koza is glued to the ground, but I do believe Kravish is.
Mm-hmm.
So is Baranor. Steph, I'm going to need you to just write down all the damage he takes.
Okay.
Because with Koza, with your slash of your glaive, as it starts to dart into the spikes above, a spray of its hot... kind of maroon red blood sprays on you, and it's like getting sprayed with like pepper spray with like with mace, except it instantly starts to burn hotter than any kind of capsaicin based weapon or hot sauce could elicit. And you start to see your skin really kind of bubble and cauterize. So I'm gonna need you to make a con save, because as Kravish just unloads this holy hell of damage that just shoots out the back of this demonic-like spider like a shotgun, a cavalcade of its innards and blood splash down on Baranor and onto Kravish, covering you from pretty much head to toe in this maroon-like Icarus fluid. I need all of you to make con saves. As its guts just dump down and you hear it screech.
That's not good.
So, it does not have an elongated head like a xenomorph, but yeah, this is not good stuff to be directly underneath when you open it up with a blade. And Kravish, monster attack, you have devastated this thing's life bar, if you will. I need a con save from Baranor and one from Koza. Natural 20 from Koza. All right, good job.
That was almost an 8. I was really scared for a second.
Let's do the damage roll. All right, that's 10 acid damage to Koza, 21 to Kravish. And I'm going to go ahead and roll. I don't know if you have control over Baranor's character, Steph, so I can do it.
I found it.
Okay.
Sorry, it was just taking forever to load. And that's him.
That's cool.
I just didn't change the name on it.
All right. I don't know what his hit points are at. Take a look, but he... I was going to say he is already... Hold on 1 second, folks. What's the problem? I need your card. Okay.
And not only did I hurt his feelings,
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks.
no worries.
All right, yeah, so Baranor was already sitting at whatever his max was. We're going to minus him 10, and that's an additional 21 acid to him as he failed his con save. but it escapes. You all kind of react to this spray of caustic, blood-like fluid all over you as it ascends into the, the nether regions of the ceiling stalactites cave. Covered in web. By the way, everything's covered in web right now.
Of course.
I think, Karish, you can tell your aura, which it is still in, is dimmed a little, but it's still there. I just wanted to make sure you could see it.
Mm-hmm.
It is. That was your turn, Kravish.
Yeah, unless I want to use a bonus action.
Yeah, you're pinned down. I don't know if anything you want to do as a bonus requires movement.
Let me see. I'm gonna. Does anybody around there? Do they look like they're at death's door? Like just a quick peek at Baranor or Koza. Anybody look like they're really hurt? Because I can cast healing word. Yeah, you can do. You can do like a quick medicine check. Sure. As you're kind of looking around at your homies. I don't know shit. All right, well, that'll end my turn then.
All right.
I did 86 points of damage on that round.
Yeah, that was monster. No pun intended.
I'm going to cast Disintegrate on this big damage ammo.
Big kahuna. Yep, okay. Let's do this.
Dex save DC 17.
All right. Ooh, pretty good dex. Pretty good dex. Let's flip this over to 18.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, it kind of dodges. Not nothing happens. Your disintegrate smashes into a wall of organic material in this webbing. How would you describe disintegrate reacting with a huge web kind of wall?
Oh, it would melt it all. Anything that's organic that, isn't a creature would basically melt into butter.
And melt it does. You see this creature up in the ceiling kind of disappear, and as you kind of throw a disintegrate spell at it, it's dark. You can't really see it that well. It skitters off of a stalactite, which then breaks and falls to the ground. And you see the webbing around it just sort of drip with this rain like wax onto the bottom of the cave floor.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to telekinetically shove this asshole.
All right. Okay, that's a strength check. Uh-huh. Not great on the spider demon. But good enough, 21, doesn't move anywhere. It's kind of locked in with its claws into the floor around it.
Well, that will end my turn.
All right, Koza, you are next. You're not prone. You're not glued to the ground. You're just standing under this giant spider nest as the spider leaps into the air and take a swipe at it. What would you like to do now?
All right. I'm going to... It's still trying to run away, right?
Oh, it has run away. You got to swipe at it on its way up, but it's up in the ceiling, maybe 20 feet up, maybe 25, depending on where you are. It's an uneven terrain.
Okay, so, well, then while it's up there, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Baranor.
Okay.
And then I will give myself 4d6 worth of healing from my from my druid ability.
Okay.
So let me roll those.
Lay it on him.
Here, let me roll the Cure Wounds first. So it's... Where is it? There it is. It's a d8 plus 3. So that you get 9 points back, Baranor. And then I get 4d6. Alright, so it's 14. And then you said it's difficult terrain here?
Yeah. In this circle around it, it's all real sticky webbing.
Get to about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll move there. So let me do that. Right there. Nope. Right there. And then don't think I can do anything else this turn. So that'll be it.
All right. No, you can see it. You don't want to shoot anything at it? Or you kind of can't?
Well, I used my action to cast Cure Wounds
Yeah.
on Baranor.
Yep. Okay. It is Baranor's turn. He is immobilized. I'm going to count him unconscious. But
Pick him
Steph...
up? Like,
Sorry?
Spider-Man's carry Baranor out of there?
Are you saying somebody wants to?
Well, or if Koza, like, while he was walking, you think he could have...
Well,
But it's too late now.
Yeah.
Well,
I
he
don't
didn't
know if
say
that
it,
was
so
like
he
an
didn't do it. He didn't say it, so he didn't do it. But
Shouldn't me healing him have brought him back up from unconsciousness?
not necessarily, no. He is healed. He was kind of hurt right before that acid fell on him, and he was still unconscious then, so it's not like he just got knocked out. He's been out since before you showed up. Anywho,
how?
Steph, if you want to roll for Baranor, he's going to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw in his unconscious state.
Wisdom save. I just did some updates on my computer, so it's a little bit slow.
Updates, people, updates.
Wisdom saving. Do. 13.
All right. 13. As the commotion of this room kind of explodes, because for a moment, Baranor was in a place of mental peace. A tinge of fear, uncertainty, bewilderment, and discombobulation. But suddenly, Baranor feels the room sort of erupt with chaos as these creatures skitter around and you all attack each other. Unfortunately, it was not enough to snap him out of it, and he remains unconscious. Axton, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. I think I'm going to go over here and attack this guy over here.
Okie doke.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast... Went down too far. I've always wanted to try this spell. Spirit Shroud.
Okay. So its speed is reduced by 10.
That's if... Yeah, so that's if I hit it.
Yep. Okay.
And it also deals an extra damage.
Deals a bunch of damage. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Now, gotta go back up to my attacks. Let's get this here. Yeah.
And that's going to be what, a wisdom save? Barry, is that a wisdom save?
I don't think there's any save that he has to make. It's more or less that I'm casting this on myself so that all my attacks deal an extra 1d8 damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right
yeah,
on.
I'm going to make it deal necrotic damage, I suppose. Actually, no, let's make it do radiant damage. I like that.
Okay.
So, 22 to hit this one.
22 definitely hits.
What did I roll anyway? Well, that's 12 slashing damage, and I'm just rolling now my radiant damage. There, so that's, what, a total of 18?
Yeah. Okay, so you pull out Bleeder and just race it across this miniature version of the giant spider, although it's much kind of tamer looking. It doesn't have the spikes all over its body. It doesn't have these evil looking eyes. And you just kind of hack it to pieces, and it tumbles to the ground in a few sections and just spreads its blood all over your sword.
Nice.
And it just topples to the ground.
Cool. And then I guess I'll move down and make an attack against this other one down here.
All right, you do so at full speed because you are no longer in difficult terrain.
Nobody else is around this one, right?
Nope. And it's kind of harassing at the same time, so. You saw it moving towards him.
Yeah.
16 is enough to hit the spider.
Cool. So that's 16 slashing damage, and again I'm rolling my radiant damage.
Okay.
20 total damage.
Yep. 20 total. Enough to put it down, not as spectacularly as the last one. You just kind of slash it across the abdomen, stab it down on top of its head, and it drops like a stone. Instant death.
And that'll end my turn.
Two of those little spideys are down. All right, it is the demon spider's turn. You see this creature you can spot it up in the rafters. It's trying not to move, but what you do see is this proboscis descends from the dark and fires 2 gobs of this burning hot liquid, one at Koza and one at Maven. I need you both to make dex saves.
Oh, that's not great.
No, unfortunately it's not, as you take this stuff right to the chest and the throat. So that's going to be... Maven, a 14 is not enough. A 15 is what you needed to dodge this stuff. It's pretty quick. And that's going to only be 5 points of acid damage to you both. Unless evasion cuts that in half, right?
Yes. So.
Yeah, so 2 points for you, 5 to Koza.
Not terrible.
All right, it's going to attempt a stealth move. All right. Not great. All right, so what it does is, after it does that, it's going to back up. It is outside of melee range from everybody, so it's going to skitter across the room to this point of the ceiling, and you see it kind of looks like it's descending along this pillar right here. And it looks like it's just going to kind of hover about maybe 20 feet in the air at the base of this pillar as it hits the ceiling. And try to hide. Doesn't hide very well. You all kind of can still see it. But it looks like it's trying to blend in with the rock. It is Maven's turn next.
Excuse me. It's okay. Allergies, guys. Allergies. I have seasonal allergies.
Oh man, I've been going through it this week.
We have had it all week. Oh yeah.
I've been going through it this week.
Yeah, it's been a fun ragweed season.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah.
And I can. It's trying to hide, but I can see it, right?
Yeah, it looks like what it's doing is it's sort of like shivering its legs together to form what looks like a makeshift stalactite. And you can tell it's actually really good camouflage, but you can see it fluttering its legs as it looks like it's trying to settle into a shape.
Okay. I'm going to use my super cool new attack called a Searing Sunburst.
Ooh.
It's called, I was waiting for a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher, definitely.
She pulls a bazooka out of her purse.
I'm gonna look at it and create what is the verbiage? Create an orb of light that will erupt in a 20-foot radius around the creature.
Around the creature.
Yep, a DC 15 con save.
Is there any safety against friendly fire?
Is there somebody over there?
No, there's... Oh, yeah?
Well, he's up on the ceiling, so he would be 30...
He's 20... Yeah, he's 25 feet up, sure.
Okay,
and
so I would...
You definitely hit Axton, and Maven might even hit you. 20 feet around each of its squares, I'd say. Pretty good chance. Unless it says
20 feet.
Does it say anything about creature that you choose or anything like that?
No, it's just an explosion.
Yes. Let's do it.
Yeah. C15 con save.
It's a 15 con save? Alright. Yep. Okay. I'm into it. Axton and Maven, both of you make con saves.
Woo! Dirty 20.
Not a bad
that was
con.
Like a 3.
Not a bad con indeed. Ooh, that's going to be enough. And another one for the little guys. Not as good con on the little guys. But that's a good roll.
8 points
Ooh,
of
that's
damage.
not a good one. How much?
8.
8. Got it. All right.
Yes.
So this creature is ravaged by a burst. straight to its eyes. You can see a few of its eyes sizzle and sort of dart away as it turns its head and shrieks in the wind. Tries to skitter away around to the other side of this pillar to get away from the light, but as it does, its backside is shredded with that radiant energy. This little guy actually takes a pretty decent amount of damage from it. And Axton, you also are kind of hit with this radiant burst.
Oh yeah.
And Maven, I can't believe that a follower of Palor would take full sun damage, so I'm going to give you resistance on this shot.
Okay.
And just an eruption of this light. And I would say definitely Yuno, Luna, Koza, and Kravish, you are all temporarily for like 3 seconds just blinded by this burst of luminous energy.
Well, I'm hiding behind a rock.
Yeah. I'm going to say the light bouncing off the back of the cave, it's still enough to make you kind of shut your eyes real quick to kind of protect. It's bright. It's very bright.
Our future's so bright, we gotta wear shades.
That's right.
Goddamn right.
And then, yeah. I'll move up to this guy, and that'll be my turn.
Move up to that guy. All right. He's just a spider chilling out on his web. He shows you his fangs and raises his front legs as you approach.
Now I want one of them as a pet spider because of that picture.
There are 2 of them left alive.
Ooh.
And they're about the size of a cat.
It would be so cute.
No, it would not.
You know what?
These people are crazy.
We'll say this one is the size of like a cow. But this one up here is definitely like the size of a dog or a cat.
We could change him. We could learn.
All right, Maven, what you doing to this spider you approach?
I don't really know. I think in order to use my like unarmed strike, I have to have like
hit him with an unarmed,
I have to have,
or a melee.
Yeah, I'll end my turn.
All right. I mean, bonus actions. You can do a lot of stuff with a bonus action. Don't forget you are carrying. I think you're carrying your burn stick.
Oh yeah.
And I did update your mini finally. Woo!
Okay, I'll use a key point and take patient defense, so I'll have the dodge action.
All right. Thus endeth your turn. It is the spider's turn. We got one spider over here. He's going to move easily over this difficult terrain as if it's nothing. He definitely has enough. You see this small cat-like creature come over to Luna and bite her. That is a not great roll, but let's see if it makes it. For Luna, do you have Luna's stuff?
I do not. I only have Baranor's.
All right. I'm going to do a favor and bring up a wolf stat, which I'm sure this hits because I rolled a 16. All right. Yeah. Armor class of 13. I'm going to hit Luna for... let's see what that was. Okay. 4, 4, 4, 4. Boom. A bite to Luna. For 5 points of piercing damage. Kind of gets her right under the throat. Bites, darts forward real fast. These things are real quick. This cat-sized spider. And this one right here is definitely going to go after Maven. It's a big one, so it kind of grabs you with its front claws. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And then it's going to bite at you.
Strength save of 13.
13, not enough. It's grappling with you. It's dropped your speed to 0. And it's going to bite at you. Which is... There we go.
Thomas says Luna's AC is 19.
You're going to say her... Oh, because she's got a barding, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And she's got an AC of 19, you said?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Holy moly.
I don't have. I'm not on his computer, so I can't look it up.
Yeah. Okay, well, then negate that damage. It goes after her throat, and she kind of swats it away with her own bite. And this one against Maven tries to strike it for a 17.
That misses.
Misses. Yeah, you kind of clamps onto your robe, and you just kind of like stomp down on its mandible and actually break one of the edges of its teeth, like this barb that sort of hangs out. You sort of snap that off. That's going to end the spider's go. Back to the top of the round. It is, Kravish. You are still glued to this pile of bones.
Mm-hmm.
You may make some kind of strength check to escape. Baranor lies motionless next to you. What would you like to do?
That's not too far with that. All right, I'm going to attempt a strength check to try to break out of the goo.
All right, you just got to beat a 13.
All right, was this like an athletics check or just a strength check?
It's up to you how you want to phrase it. It's just a strength-based check. If you're proficient in athletics or something, you may add your proficiency or...
Yeah, I got jack of all trades, so...
Yep.
It's an 11.
An 11. Well, Kravish, you still have a bonus action. This large pile of bones has just gotcha. And you're starting to look around as you're trying to push your way off. You're starting to see that there are quite a few humanoid remains here that are all kind of stitched and glued together. And there is shiny stuff hanging from a few of their belts and wrists.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely seems like these creatures are not interested in monetary gains.
They're interested in flesh. Well, I don't really have much here for a bonus action, other than maybe just yelling at Baranor. It's like, would you mind waking up and getting into this fight?
Make a persuasion check, because he's your buddy.
31.
31, yeah. Okay, hey, Steph, make another wisdom save for Baranor.
Wisdom save.
That actually kind of got through a little bit.
A little bit.
Because you shouted it right at his face. Can Bogey hear us? Is he listening today?
No, he is not listening.
Aw, that's too bad.
He's at work. I'm just texting him.
All right.
19.
19. So just go ahead and make a tally mark for one success.
Okay.
All right. So what happens is Baranor kind of, you see Kravish, you see Baranor's eyelids start to like flutter almost in a flinching way as you shout at him. His eyes don't open. But you do notice some semblance of consciousness that is sort of like slowly returning to Baranor. But he does not snap out of it. If that ends your turn.
It does.
You are next with Koza up after.
Going to just chuck a fire bolt.
Okay.
To be clear, bolt, not ball. Big freaking guy.
Don't give me no grief.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
36 is going to be total.
36. How would you like to do this?
Yes.
Very nice.
I want to explode it from the inside.
Explode it. Yeah, surprisingly, there is something that pumps into this spell besides just evocation. It's an evocation cantrip, right?
And hatred. Lots of hatred.
It's evocation.
Evocation. So he pumps something into this evocation. Just a cantrip. It's a firebolt spell. It's meant to sort of scorch a creature, do as much damage as possible, but it's not a flashy spell by any means. This bolt of infernus sort of energy erupts on the edges of this thing's body, and something about Yuno's spell, it starts to burn like steel wool racing across this creature's flesh until it sizzles and actually falls to its back onto the floor like a spider would, curls its legs inward and stops moving, and then it blows up.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to push this guy.
All right.
Right in the face.
Is not a great strength on the big spider, but let's see how he does. Come on, there we go. 14. I don't think that's enough, is it?
That fails.
Oh, badink. How far? 10 or 5?
It's 5 feet.
All right, there he stands next to its dead mother. Not too happy with that, I'm sure. Would you like to use any movement, mister? You know, are you going to move at all, or are you good there?
Nope.
All right. Koza, you are next. You got a spider next to you who just bit into Maven a little bit. And it got stomped.
I'm hitting him with Thorn Whip.
Thorn Whip.
I'm gonna whap him in the face.
Whap him in the face.
That is a
Hell
attack
yeah.
on my part. So D20.
Nice.
All right, that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, you hit the crap out of it.
That's a D6 of piercing.
5.
All
points.
right.
This
And
thing
then-
is not down yet. Has a little more heft to it than that.
Okay, well then I'm gonna
Race it
run.
across its face and it rips part of its carapace open.
Well then,
bleeds
as
everywhere.
a bonus action, I'm gonna summon my spiritual weapon right
All right.
there.
I thought you were
Okay.
gonna summon Chonky Boy.
Are you able to summon it? Or do you want
Yeah, it's a
me to?
bonus action.
No,
I
I
don't
mean
think
the
I'm
mini.
able to.
Aw. Don't know why
hang
that
on.
is.
Yeah, because Roll20 hates me.
There you go.
Alright, so then that's another melee spell attack.
Oh, Koza, you're not that special. Roll20 hates everyone.
Yes!
Ooh.
Alright.
Doesn't hate y'all today. Let me tell you what.
Pick it up for last time.
D8.
Nope.
Yeah,
yeah.
good God. Well, that's a low bar.
8 plus 3, so that's 11 points of damage.
All right, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Slices it clean in twain. I love that phrase, clean in twain. There is one more spider on the board. It is nearest to Axton. Koza, are you using any movement? You're right where you were. You have full movement, cut in half.
I'm just going to use it to get next to Maven.
All right, next to Maven you go. Baranor, I need a wisdom save from him, please. Steph, you got that?
I do.
Okay.
My screen is just
Ooh.
really small, so I can't keep it open
Okay,
while I'm
All right,
watching
no
everything
problem.
else, so.
I got you.
17.
Sorry. 17. All right, 17. Baranor. Well, a great pain comes about Baranor's abdomen, like some kind of intense nausea. And the nearest to him would be Kravish. You see the edges of his mouth sort of spittle starting to form as his lips look like they're like grinding together, and he's expelling something. You can go ahead and write down another success for Baranor. And his eyes don't flutter this time. They actually sort of squint as it kind of grimaces in pain and sort of relaxes once again. And for that, Axton, you are next.
Okie dokie. I will try to get up here. I'll even try to go up behind it.
Not a problem. Once you enter its melee, you can kind of go around its space. This is not difficult terrain, so you would have ended up, like right there.
Okay. So now, do I kill it,
No problem.
or do I try to tame it?
It has sustained some damage. Not a lot, but it definitely looks like it's going to require work to get it back into shape. But it is now actively aggressive towards you. It's showing its fangs. It's raising its little legs in aggressive stand. Kind of immediately as soon as you walked up to it. What would you like to do?
I'm definitely going to try to kill it. I'm not going to tame this thing. Let's go. First attack.
17. Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool.
That will do it. 15 damage, and 4 would be if you landed the bleeding damage, huh?
That's right. But here's my radiant damage as well.
Right. So yeah, driving your sword just sort of straight into its small head, you sort of like actually ping the stone ground under it and sort of slide the sword to the right and pop its head right off of its body, and it just collapses, clumps to the ground, doesn't move, doesn't even make a sound. It was very humane.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. All right. So, as you all stand in the middle of this dark, it's very dark. I don't think anybody's got any sources of light popped except maybe Anthem's Edge and Maven. Does your amulet give off any light? I know. I think still has a rock that's lit up. What you guys think?
He's probably still got.
Yeah.
I'm
Rock
like,
light
okay,
is still in effect.
All right.
great. Bad guys vanquished. Great. Can you get me out of this crap, please?
They will use fire to burn it all.
This.
Oh my god, with them in it?
Well, it'll be freeing them pretty quickly. We can just douse them with water after.
Don't quit your day
Who else
job,
has a
man.
source of light?
I can see in the dark, but I don't really have a source of light.
That's right. Yeah, so you don't actually light yourself around you up. You can all see his glowing eyes, but that's about it. Karish, I think your aura's done.
I didn't have the footy fairies up. I didn't believe I did.
Oh, yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember last game you did.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
you did. I've been rolling damage ever since.
Okay.
Except this thing did get away from you as it climbed up to the ceiling. It was its only escape, although you just wrecked it with one strike on its way out. Just sort of swung and, whew, gods leaned into you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thanks, big guy.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So, with 20 feet of light from and the rest of the place being pretty dark, Axon, you can see. Koza, you don't have dark vision, do you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. All right. So you can see Maven. I don't know if you can see. You can definitely see like 5 feet around you, I'll say. And Anthem's Edge is 20 feet, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 20 feet of bright and an additional 10 of dim.
Yeah, I can do that.
Double-check.
I can do that. All right. And then, anyway, what would you all like to do?
No,
as
excuse
you
me.
stand?
It's bright. It's 10 feet of bright and then an additional 20 feet of dim.
You know what? Let's do this.
Dynamic lighting on these maps would be great.
Wouldn't it? I still haven't figured any of that out yet. There you go. The difficult terrain remains, but Axon, you're right on the edge of this stuff. This heavy webbing, very liquid and like kind of gelatinous as it drips along when it's moved and disturbed. Everyone's having trouble walking through it. The queen demon spider lies on its back. Its chest and abdomen just erupted out with that acidic material that seems to neutralize rather quickly. It's not like it's a sustained acid. It's just real hot on the way out. And Yeah, your friends lie scattered all over this map. What would you like to do? What would you all like to do?
Well, after I manage to get out of this, I'm going to try to get back over to Baranor, try to free him, and try to smack him out of it.
I'll try
All
to get
right,
you out.
so yeah, you can go ahead and make a strength save of your own on your way out, Kravish, as this stuff has her spittle that she ejected at you and Baranor and tried to get Koza with. It's just like a thick Icarus instant glue hardening resin that just sort of pinned you to the ground. So getting out of it's going to require a real effort.
Lovely.
You can make it at advantage as you see Axton sort of traverse the sticky floor. It's getting tangled up in his greaves. He just sort of reaches down and grabs at you. And
All right, so at advantage, 15.
15, you do break free. And it's kind of painful. You actually crack it, and you have to sort of rip it apart because it's sort of there's like a carbon fibrous nature to this stuff, as there's webbing threads interwoven with this gooey glue. So you're kind of tearing and twisting and just sort of wriggling free, and it's sharp as it shatters like glass. You're actually going to take 3 points of slashing damage on your way out.
Jeez.
But you are able to stand to your feet, and your feet instantly kind of stick to the gluey like floor.
Oh, wow, frying pan into the fire. The very
No doubt.
sticky fire.
Yep.
All right, so I will tread my way carefully over towards Baranor.
Yep, he is prone, wrapped up in a silky-like substance. His eyes look like they're sort of fluttering a little bit, especially with each footstep closer to him, like he's reacting to the sound or the pressure.
Yeah, so I'm going to start like taking my knife or dagger, start, cutting into some of those bonds and such, all the while talking to him. It's like, okay, big guy, nap time's over. It's time to get back into the fight.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and make 3 attacks. Oops, sorry. Go ahead and talk to Baranor more. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, nope, we're going to have some cookies, some warm mead, tell some stories. Luna can go frolic in the sticks. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
And
Luna,
we're not
let's have Luna move in there. She's going to be right next to him at this point.
Yep. And one thing we're not going to have are big, ugly, stupid demon spiders spitting out concrete.
Yeah. So yeah, please
Because-
go ahead and make 3 attacks.
Say again? 3 attacks?
Go ahead and make three attacks. Yeah, you're hitting it with Anthem's Edge with your little dagger. But yeah, this it's tough. It's got him really well in there. It's going to take some doing to cut him free. Just want to see how you do. It is stationary. They're all auto hits. I just want to see.
There's an 18
yeah.
to hit,
Cool. Slicey slice.
21, and a 23.
All right. Yeah, those are definitely enough. Anthem's Edge makes quick work of these bindings. However, he's got a lot of material glued to his armor, and he does come free. He's still unconscious, and this stuff just sort of sticks to him like masking tape. But he is kind of flops to almost a spread eagle position as he kind of tumbles down this pile of bones a little bit.
All right, well, get him back up, start working on this stuff. Hey, guys, a little bit of help here? Because we all want this son of a bitch to wake up, right?
Sure.
What do we need?
Well,
Got anything like a
Koza,
solvent
you guys have any ideas on what you want to do moving forward? Baranor is still unconscious. Axton and Koza and all of them are...
I am going to go over to Baranor and stabilize him.
Okay, you notice
Dude,
he
we
already is
stabilized him
stable.
multiple times.
Yep, you notice he is not dying. So you're a cleric. Your natural medicine observation is enough to know that would be wasted on him.
Just wondering if any of us have lesser restoration or something.
I might. Hang on.
I do.
I think any
I have
cleric
it.
has it.
I have it, but it's not prepared today.
Yeah, I have it.
All right.
I will cast it on Baranor.
Okay. As you sort of weave this soothing cure-all type spell, it's kind of purple twisted with in a DNA strain like fashion into Baranor's body. You see it kind of pull on his aura and expel this condition, whatever it is, as Baranor fills his lungs with air, gives a hearty cough, spits a little, and kind of opens his eyes. His eyes right now are blood red all the way across, like he's been strangled in some way.
Oh, good. Thank you for coming. I was about to have to break out the really harsh language.
Oh, water. Who's got water?
I'll get my water skin and I'll bring it out for him.
Yeah, he's been dehydrated. You notice that he has these two huge puncture wounds on his sort of clavicle. And there is a couple of sites of just really desiccated flesh around them. And he slops that water down. He empties your water skin and just sort of takes a couple of deep breaths and sits up. And you see Luna sort of approach and nuzzle him and lick him a couple of times. And you hear her whining a little bit. He's like, all right, it's okay. All right.
Was somebody getting you ready for dinner?
Oh, I think so, yeah. Man. Oh, I was just doing a kind of a walkabout in the woods and, took one to the legs and flipped me on my side. I had web all over my torso, and before I knew it, I was getting dragged underground and got bit in the chest, and I don't remember anything.
Well, we're here now. You're all good. Mean creature's dead.
Oh, man. Their bites, whew, they pack a punch. Not like normal spiders. And you see him, Baranor's going to get up. Let's get Baranor up. And he's going to move over to this queen spider and just sort of examine her a little bit. So if you would like to make a 2 checks for me, Steph, in Baranor's stead, I'd like a religion check and a nature check.
Religion and... Sure. No idea about the religion. Maybe the nature.
Yeah.
No, really not.
Nature of the beast is definitely not a natural spider. Baranor just sort of points at its abdomen and what's left of its torso, and just the fact that its eyes, they have sort of an angry natural bone structure. It's not just round circles like a typical spider, like the rest of these little spiders are. This one has a much more sinister and fiendish appearance. It's got spikes all over its body. It doesn't seem to be beneficial other than it just looks evil. And its blood, as he's inspecting it, does melt leather. He dips a little leather piece in there, and it is caustic. But it doesn't stay potent for very long. So Baranor kind of swings around over to Axton and says, "Hey, Axton, I gotta say, the blood running through this creature here. I don't know. Maybe you could make something of it. Maybe some kind of explosive, or definitely a splashing pouch of acid of some kind. Just saying, there's a lot of this thing's blood left."
Yeah, I can pull out my alchemist kit and we can try to bottle some of it.
Yeah, and he's gonna take one of those vials and he's gonna hand it over to Yuno. He's gonna say, "There you go. I don't know. Maybe you could study it, make something out of it too. Just saying."
Do some scholarly shit.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna, now that Baranor's up, I'm gonna start turning my attention to the pile and start looking at all the different shiny things that I noticed a little bit more closely.
All right. Maven, I'm going to say that the tip of your spear or quarterstaff, the fact that it's kind of always on fire, you're noticing that wherever is within like a 5-foot radius of the tip of your spear, that sticky webbing that's making it difficult just kind of like gets evaporated away.
Okay. I'll like metal detect, like motion, trying to dispel all the web in the area.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So, it doesn't take long for you to do that as you're moving about the map. Just sort of making, if not the whole area de-stickified, definitely like a pathway that gets around everywhere. So what I just need is 2 investigation checks from anybody in the party. You can both look together and make both of yours, or make one of them at advantage. But searching this pile, once Maven kind of radar wands around it and sort of makes it easier to dig through.
I didn't mean that one. I'm going to roll at advantage.
All right. 27 is a great roll. Yep. 27 is a great roll. 19 is great for Kravish. So, monetarily speaking, you're digging through these corpses. Some of them are not fresh. They're completely skeletalized. But some of them do have sort of that desiccated, dried out beef jerky-like flesh clinging to the faces. It looks like they don't strip and flay these humanoids of flesh and munch on it. They instead suck out their life force and their body juices through their punctures. You find belongings left completely intact. You do find pouches, purses, wallets, and pockets that some of them are carrying loot. So what you find are 137 gold. You pull one of the corpses apart, Kravish, and you see this very handsome-looking kind of a cylinder-like device that's inside of a leather pouch, and you open it up, and there's 37 platinum.
Nice.
You also find an assortment of silver and copper. So I'll say that you, with the copper included as silver, you all collectively pick up about 36 pieces of silver and 3 extra copper.
36 silver.
Yep.
And 3 copper.
I'm going to say if you want to write down individual stuff, there is 40 gold worth of jewelry in, there's a couple of rings, there's a couple of nice bead bracelets, there's what looks like kind of an ear cuff that winds around someone's elven ear that has since fallen down into the pile of bones once the ear decayed away.
Ear cuff, okay.
Yep, there's a locket with jewels on it about the size of a $50, and there's a couple of pictures that are still preserved as they're made of some kind of pulp-based parchment. It's difficult to tell the paintings of what they are. They look humanoid, maybe dwarven. It's a silver locket. It's got some couple of encrusted jewels. Not sure on how much that would be worth yet. That's a little beyond your purview.
Mm-hmm.
There are an assortment of daggers, and you see Baranor instantly going through as you kind of stack belongings into a pile. There's about 5 relatively well made. There's one kind of farmer's dagger that's just like a sharpened stick with a wood wrap. But there are 5 daggers. An assortment of melee weapons. There's 5 of them, short sword here, axe, hand axe there. It's all starting to get kind of heavy. No one in the piles was wearing any kind of armor of note. No plate mail, no breastplate. There's looks like some reinforced leather bracers. You do find a handsome pair of greaves that have kind of a silver trim cuffed around a leather boot. And there is a distinct kind of star field, kind of in silver pattern across the top of the greave. Yep. And if you give me one moment, let's see here. Yep, that's it. That's what you see when you roughage through the bodies. And there's like 3 dozen people in here. You find pretty intact skulls. Some of the skulls look like they maybe have been cracked or crushed, maybe by walking on them. But there's not a lot of damage done to these bodies. It looks like on the fresher ones, they're all pretty much, clothing's not terribly ripped, with just these massive puncture wounds in the chest and abdomen and leg area.
I like these greaves. Hey, Yuna, can you tell me if these are magical or not?
I'll cast Detect Magic.
You detect a illusion school spell beset on top of these greaves. They glow sort of a moonlight blue, and very, very well made. They do look old. They definitely are going to take some cleaning up. They've been sort of dried out. It seems like whatever enchanted these greaves didn't really do much for the leather. But yeah, you can sense some kind of stored energy within this leather and the silver cuffs at the bottom.
Cool.
Yep. That's what you detect.
Do you see any other magical stuff around?
Any of the other stuff, or is this the only one?
Aha. Yes. Definitely one of the rings is giving off a very faint necromantic kind of power to it. Doesn't feel like something that, expels a damaging effect. It seems like maybe it has, a much more passive trait to it.
Okay. Are those the only 2 magical items that we've discovered?
Yes, they are. The daggers are all pretty much handmade. Some are well made. Obviously, some are not.
Okay.
That's it, though.
Can you tell us what these things actually do and make sure they're not cursed?
The Demon Spider's Hoard has a cursed item.
I know.
Everyone gets so cynical. Yeah.
We remember Atgear.
Yes, beloved Atgear.
I'll pull out my wand of identify and tap the 2 things that are kind of low.
Okay. Who has the boots?
The greaves?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm holding on to them.
You're holding on to him. As soon as he taps the boots, Kravish disappears. And then he blinks back into existence with this kind of waveform pattern real quick as he sort of phases back in.
Okay.
And
that felt weird.
I'm going to say, Kravish, for you, that didn't feel very good. And you're going to see that Yuno's eyes just sort of adjust, and you get the feeling that all of a sudden, Kravish just wasn't there. It wasn't that he was invisible, because you would be able to tell of some kind of life force with your identify of this spell, but all of a sudden, Kravish he literally blinked out of existence. He didn't go to another plane. He didn't go to another realm. He didn't go into sort of like a demi-donjon sort of demi-plane. He stopped existing for like maybe a second.
Whoa. Dude.
How did it feel?
Like a really bad brain freezy.
Yeah, it was difficult to explain in real context without doing it. But you also get the feeling, Kravish, that that's not its real power. That was just a taste. And
okay,
you can go ahead and whoever else would like to note that these are Boots of Blinking. But the name's a bit of a misnomer, because it's not like the blink spell. For an entire round, you can kind of click the heels of these set of greaves, and you go somewhere that the little amount of time that Kravish was experiencing it isn't enough to describe that you go somewhere else for those 6 seconds. Yeah, and it definitely feels like they can be charged in some way for that effect to last longer, but not right now. The ring is actually quite interesting. Who would like to be presently holding the ring when Yuno taps it? Anybody. Don't all go at once.
I'll hold it.
Okay.
It's like no one trusts the DM. All right, Maven, you're holding it.
Okay.
It is what looks like a small, dainty black steel chain wrapped around, what would be your finger, to a section that's connecting both ends of this chain to what looks like a sort of a grayish smoke metal grasping a very lime green stone that has a bit of a dim glow to it, not enough to light anywhere up, and it's not even like you're holding a lighter. It's very dimly lit. And as you tap your wand to it, you get this vision of a couple of skeletons walking by you in kind of like a dungeon scenario, and they kind of look your way, and you look down at your hand, and you're wearing that ring on your finger, and those skeletons kind of look your way and then look back to where they're going and continue on their journey. And you get the feeling that this ring has resistance to detection from undead for a period of 30 feet in any direction.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah, and then that hologram vision sort of drops, and there's nobody's undead in this cave, unfortunately, but that is what it does.
Resistance from detection by undead. Cool.
Yep. You can word that however you want. It's a very low kind of power spell, so it's not like a legendary item that has a name. It's just a ring with a cool effect on it.
All right. We'll figure out later these boots and figure out who would benefit most from it.
Yeah.
All right. Pack it all up and figure out.
I'm gonna need a con save from Baranor, as he's starting to he's been awake for 5-10 minutes now at this point, and he's starting to kind of feel the effects of being unconscious in the way that he was unconscious. A 15 is a good roll for Baranor, so he's not gonna puke his guts out, but you see his kind of face go sort of pale and almost like a green tint to it, as he's just sort of struggling through this episode that he's having. It's gross, guys.
Dude,
Don't
you okay,
get bit
man?
by these things. I'm fine. It's just that thing really packs a wallop when it bites on you for an extended period of time.
Okay.
All right.
Does he appear is he appearing like he's suffering from any serious effect, like exhaustion, or?
You may make a medicine or perception check, Kravish, as you kind of scan your buddy boy Baranor over. He definitely looks like he's seen better days.
Yeah, 19 perception.
Yeah, you notice that looking at him, he's got serious bags under his eyes. His eyes are bloodshot. There's little black veins kind of surrounding these big puncture marks in his chest. And you do kind of get the feeling that he definitely has at least one level of exhaustion. And because he wasn't sleeping while he was laying there.
Okay. While I have my hands over him, checking him over, I am muttering a prayer as I reach out for some diamond dust, and I'm going to cast Greater Restoration on him.
All right. Greater Restoration does, let's see here. Greater Restoration.
There it is.
Yep. Reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1. Okay. 1 curse, including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item. Okay. So, who would you be praying to? Are you praying to the Platinum Dragon?
I am.
Yeah. Your time in the whatever nether realm with the old wizard and his yellow canaries, you sort of feel that that shore of that white sand beach that you were kind of enjoying in that time, and that energy, that radiant warmth as the sun just sort of bathes over you, trickles into your fingertips and just sort of spreads out with this winged embrace around Baranor's body that you really can only see. It's not really something that everybody else can observe. And Baranor's feels this wave of relief, and the color just sort of like slowly drips back into his cheeks. Those black kind of ichorous veins growing out of the wounds retreat. The wounds are still pretty gnarly, but you feel that a poison has been, abated and stripped from his body. And his tan skin comes back. He still looks wiped out. He's got bags under his eyes. He's sweating. His hair's all a mess. There's still he's still covered in that webbing that just sort of won't peel off of his body. It's just sort of glued like tape.
Yeah.
But he just sort of looks at you. And
trust me, buddy. I know what that feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of looks at you. He's like, I could hear everything you guys were saying. In some way, I don't know why, but that was bad. Definitely don't think this is a natural spider, and don't exactly know what would happen if I died while this thing was biting me. Felt like I was getting pulled somewhere. Very strange. And you see Luna just sort of leer over this queen mother's body and just kind of growl a little bit of it and turn around and kick a little dirt on its corpse.
Just wait for her to pee on it.
Yeah.
That would be a male. If Luna was male, probably would have just peed on it.
Yeah. And she kind of barks in the direction of the exit.
I think Luna's got the right idea. Let's make a tree and leaf.
Yep. Passive perception, there's no more shiny objects, you guys. And if there are, it's a difference of probably, 5 to 10 gold that you've left behind as it's, at the bottom of piles.
Placing.
Yeah. The cool air of the night just sort of invites you back to the exit. And you eventually find yourself, after winding through the entrance tunnel, you find yourself out in the chilly night air. It is still the you guys emerged after an 8-hour rest. That's right. So the sun is shining. It's about 10, maybe 11 o'clock in the morning after you guys spent time searching this cave. The day is yours. You do have the use of a full rest, even though some of you took some damage and extended some spells. But here we are in the middle of the woods. I will put everybody on the map of where you guys are. Why don't we
the Crown Collectors. We do more before 11 a.m. than most people do all day.
Good, I'll drink to that.
Yep.
All right, well, I propose a short rest.
Okay. Yep, here is the map that you're on. And you guys, I can't remember, did you pass Dias Mordran's dungeon or not? I don't remember if you did or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that portion, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, boy. I'm going to say that with the rest of the day's travel, I'm going to put you right at Dias Mordran's dungeon. You are here. You're south of it at the present moment. It would only be a diversion of maybe a couple hours to where if you went there, you would have to spend the night either there or in the immediate area, but it wouldn't be that much of a diversion. Right?
Right.
I'm going to be AFK for just a just a minute or so. But yeah, you guys find yourself at the steps of Dias Mordrin's dungeon, kind of where it was in this town, ancient town of some dead civilization. A couple hours north and you'd be there. So what would you like to do?
Well, I'm all for like finding a place to kind of hole up and camp and rest. We kind of
you're already technically rested. Just we didn't expect battle first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but I got hammered pretty bad and I burned a lot of spell slots.
Yeah, I think we need a proper rest.
Yes, I guess we could.
So, and this is he said this was nightfall, correct? It's the evening now?
Yeah.
Yep. While, napping at the foot of a ancient dungeon really doesn't strike me as the best of places.
No, we should probably go look for something a little safer.
Well, you guys already did kind of explore that area, didn't you?
That was before my time.
Yeah, it was before me, I think, as well.
It was before me too.
Oh my goodness.
So who knows what could be in there?
I mean,
let's say that Axton, that's where they found you. That's where you guys kind of took over. Would know that dungeon well. Axton would know it well because you actually returned to it and got all cleaned up and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, nobody else knows what's in there.
Yeah, so actually it's a fairly safe place.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can check in on my garden.
Your garden, indeed. Dias Mordrin's fortress is, let's see here, about hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the fact that you guys are sort of trudging through in the, not late evening, but, evening hours. The sun has definitely gone down. This is a heavily, heavily forested area. There are tall, thin pine trees that sort of permeate, this Garden of Mist, part of the Garden of Mist. Let's see here. And the structures that you sort of are walking down these ancient streets made of stone brick and sort of interspersed with vines and logs and little streams and completely destroyed and not real level anymore in places, but these buildings that are shredded down to their foundations offer, they do offer shelter to what looks like maybe animals. Nothing's taller than maybe 6 or 7 feet of just ruined rock. But Dias Mordrin's fortress does, leer ahead. Nothing tries to attack you on the way, and the large mouth cave-like entrance to his subterranean fortress lays before you.
My fortress now.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can find a comfy spot here to eat some dinner and take a rest.
So, Dias Mordrin's fortress, just for shits and giggles, let's put people on the map, and if anyone wants to walk through and then do some exploration or whatnot.
Yeah, I'll show them all in. For anybody who's ever been here, and I'll tend to my orchard and my vegetable garden and my other stuff.
Here we go. Man, this is a blast from the past. I haven't opened this up in a while. Okay, you find yourselves in this room. I don't need to hide anything. You can all kind of explore as you go. There is nothing of any threat to you, except when you make your way down here, the door is, I believe, re-locked. But you do realize one of the keys is in here, in this contraption, and one of the keys is on a central dais in this room. Everything is inert, however, and you know that these experiments, will tell you that these experiments in these rooms were running when you arrived, but you've since disabled them and they're no longer dangerous. And you do see at the end of this hallway a 10-foot wide green gelatinous cube that immediately begins advancing on you.
Yeah, just don't mind him, guys. Just leave that. That's to clean up the dungeon.
It does, actually. You notice the floors are immaculate. Let me just see.
Dungeon Roomba.
Yeah.
It is a dungeon, definitely a dungeon Roomba. It starts to move at you with a very slow speed of 15 feet. Not terribly slow, but it does move towards you. A brisk walk, and you'll outrun it. Yeah. But by the time, and by the way, this broken wall has been cleared. It's no longer, it's just open right here, and there's like what looks like a wide pillar on this end where the rest of the wall used to be. You do see that there are 3 of these tubs. Two of them are empty. One of them has something inside of it, and this one is broken. But the floor's been cleaned. There's no more bones in these cells. The broken robot here has been cleared away. Same thing up here. I think there was a battle up here. That robot's been cleared away. All the scrap's been stacked in the next room. There is an office here. And let's see here. I'm going to post some stuff that you see along the way that some of you don't even know is in here. Because it happened a wrong time ago. A long time ago, if it's even in here. I might have to post it later. No. Let's see.
I'm guessing the imp isn't in here anymore.
Yes, he is. There is an imp in a jar. Okay, I got this. You see this creature in one of the tanks. Boop. You see... I don't know if I have a picture of the creature imp. The imp creature. Nope. That's too bad. I'll post it later. But it's a little creature. He looks kind of like a horned devil. He's got wings. He's in a jar about 1 foot wide. And, he seems interested in having a conversation as he hisses at you as you get near. That's what's in that room, really, of interest. There's a globe. There's no more books. You guys cleaned the books out a long time ago. But if you are done in this room, we can move to the next room. What the heck?
Might as well.
Yeah. As well.
So
we ticked over things pretty well.
This is, oh boy, look at all the old minis in this map.
Oh my word.
Oh boy. Isn't that a blast from the past? This person's no longer with the party. This person's no longer with the party. This person's no longer. These are the only 2 originals. You do see... you remember that this statue is emitting a poisonous ray of disease, and this one is an anti-magic. And you know that if you spin it around towards this door, the wall of force that covers it will be expunged. Pretty cool. They still work. The minis still work. But the door definitely unlocks and reveals sort of the final room, although there is a vault room past this. And you know that spinning this statue of Dias Mordrin as a young man holding 2 orbs, one black, one lit up with radiant light. If you spin them around 180 degrees, it unlocks this door. And you know that there's a firebolt spell on this statue, and there's a ray of frost on this one. And let's see here. Once this door unlocks, it disables these traps. And this is kind of the main bedchamber area of the Dias Mordrin's fortress right here. Barry, you find your little garden that you've established. Right over here against this wall, you see 3 tall, maybe 8-foot tall statues. This one looks like an elf holding a book, a tome in one hand, and maybe casting a spell with the other. Here you see what looks like Dias Mordrin himself, just sort of a human-looking man. And over here you see a kind of corroded and pitted statue of a humanoid with 4 tendrils extending from its face.
Any pangs of recognition of what that may be?
Make a... Ooh, definitely going to need a history check from anybody that wants to look at it and wonder. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can roll a nature check as well.
Rolled a 14.
And, history 14. 26 on history from Yuno. All right. Yuno, you definitely recognize the creature on the right as a mind flayer, an illithid. And with your 14 history, you recognize that these 3 may be key figures in some magocracy of ancients past. Maybe not the rulers of such a society, but definitely influential figures. They all seem to wear what looks like a mantle across their shoulders that seem to match. No idea of the significance of it, and you haven't actually... These people, other than Dias Morgan, you don't recognize them at all.
Okay.
But yes, you definitely recognize that these statues are in line with the ancient council members that ruled this region, a few centuries ago, maybe even a millennia or two. Definitely Second Age stuff. You don't recognize who they are either. They're very old. And there's a couch with a hearth and a couple chairs and a bedroom, and that's about it. You guys, last time you were here, you all camped out right here. This is a functioning teleportation circle. And there is a broken staircase that leads down to the vault room.
Most of the debris should have been cleared up and whatnot. I've been working in here for like a month.
Yeah, I can update this map. This whole portion of this is open, empty space with sort of like steel beams that have been braced against the wall, because it looks like this just sort of naturally collapsed inward over time, and it's been cleared and strengthened and stuff like that.
I don't know if anybody wants to go down towards the vault, just don't fall down the hole.
I will say that you do also remember, we were here. You will remember that this led to a subterranean sewer, and the early party would be Yuno and Axton, would remember there being kind of like a big giant, I don't know, what do you call it? A giant aqueduct fan room where there was a beholderkin guarding a hoard. There was a small dwelling down there where were-rats lived, and there, you guys chased them out, blocked the entrance, claimed... I think that was your first property seizement after the dungeon. Haven't been back. But, the vault room downstairs, I'll take you there. I don't know what's there either. There might be people there. Nope, looks pretty empty. And this orb here is open and empty. They're actually kind of folded out into these 3 sort of semicircular bowls, and when it opens, it all just kind of turns into like a flower-like bowl. And it's currently empty because you didn't put anything in it, and you stripped everything out last time you were here. This is where Atgeir acquired his cursed scimitar that Baranor now has after its cleansing. And that's kind of it. That's all you find, really. Let's see. Oh, wait, what's this? Open. Nope. That's not open either. Anywho, what would you like to do before beddy time?
I don't know if anybody wants to search around this area, but we more or less found everything, but you never know. There's always something that we could have missed.
Perhaps. Yeah. Anybody can make an investigation check. Rummage through the cabinets and whatnot. I'll take one from Olia if you want. Why did you roll intimidation?
I just clicked the wrong button. So small. There we go.
Investigation. Guidance. 15 and 16 are both good.
9 for me.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
Yep. I'm gonna say that Kravish, you're discovering that
22.
there are 22 from Maven?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Kravish, you're discovering that there are, I don't know if you're on the map, but right here in this hearth region, there is what looks like burnt papers. And there's sort of like a rolled up scroll. It looks like somebody definitely burnt a lot of rolled up scrolls or papers at one time. And maybe not necessarily for warmth, because there's a lot of like charcoal wood at the back of this fireplace. And the rest of the place doesn't seem like they were, starving for burning materials. One of the scrolls is not as burnt as the rest. It's on the edge. And it's kind of half of a word. But you make out enough to see the word lease. And it's spelled Liis. And the other, like the line under it, you just see you see the word that's not burnt, ST, and then salvation.
Some people are muted, I think.
Maybe. Harish is muted. Why are you muted? Why mute
Oh,
yourself?
sorry about that.
We wanna
Sorry.
hear
So
you.
I'm sorry. So it's lease, Liis, and then the next line under it is this ST salvation.
Yeah, you can tell ST is part of a word that the rest of it's burnt away.
Okay, so it's part of it's part of a word.
It's part of a word. It's not Saint Salvation. It definitely looks like, because you can see like a straight line just to the left of the S, like it's part of a letter. You're just not sure what.
Yeah.
You do recognize Lys as a archipelago to the way south of Valadniir. I will put this up. Session way to the south. Or no, wait, I've got the map on there. There we go. Either way, you'll be able to see that. Lys. Just a weird island chain.
Okay. Now, wait a minute. Didn't we have something previously mentioning some... God, I can't remember, and I wasn't taking very good notes at that time. Something about a pirate or an island. We got off a prisoner in Stonehelm Keep.
There is a map in your possession.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to make you roll for it because you're almost there, Corey. I'm going to meet you halfway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Magnus, the prisoner in your dungeon, revealed a location somewhere in Grimtide Reef, which is where Lys is. Lys. You're not exactly sure if Lys is a city or if it is a whole island chain, but the area that Lys is in is called Grimtide Reef. And this map of yours is some island somewhere in this huge, like it's pretty. The archipelago is not like a tiny thing. Let's see here. It's about 150 miles from end to end.
Like Indonesia, where it's just tons of little islands.
And it is by no means the largest island chain in your world. It's a big one. So, and that is all of things of interest that you find in this.
Okay, so I found 2 disparate pieces of correspondence leading to the same general area.
Yeah, I would say so.
Interesting.
Yep. I would say it's probably true that your family is not super familiar with the extreme south, considering that part
me?
is outside of the Empire. It's part of Soldanus.
What, my family?
Yeah, I would
We're
say
from-
that you're
we're from way north.
community. Yeah, you're way.
Yeah,
from
we're
the
way north.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Okay. We can move on.
All right. An hour goes by. You guys can go ahead and.
Oh,
roll
didn't
your
other
hit
folks
dice.
find things?
Sorry?
Didn't other folks? The other folks had investigation checks that they did well with.
They did. Okay. My bad. Baranor, you find you find yourself sort of the only thing that interests you is what Axton is growing in his garden. There's something in there that's a little viney that wraps around Baranor's finger, and he kind of pulls it away before something happens. You don't really find anything past what's already been scoured in this place. Like I said, this whole room over here has been stripped of clothing and books, and it's completely emptied. The bed is basically just a stone slab, as the mattress has long since deteriorated and become dust.
Yeah, that's actually all been updated. They have some of my old clothes in there right now.
Okay.
In fact, right above the bed actually has my halberd.
Oh, all right then. Okay. So I didn't know that you took over this bedroom, so...
I took over the whole place. This is where I was staying during that month's downtime.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'll say that this bedroom now kind of has the semblance of his quarters at Stonehelm Keep. There's no training, but there is a dummy in the corner, and you've got kind of a weapon rack. You don't have a lot of weapons here. There's like a short sword and a hand axe, and you do have your halberd hanging above your bed. It's not a very nice mattress, though. It's just a fine. So yeah, an hour goes by. Those of you who wish to replenish hit points, spell slots if possible. Not a lot of noise going along. You do hear the imp Gek, who is sort of a resident here, but he is like, if anybody's seen Harry Potter or read the books, he's like Creature. He doesn't really care about you. He doesn't like any of you, especially Axton. When you've made your renovations, he was kind of over it. Keeps to himself, stays out of the way. If you chase him, he will run away and kind of screech at you as he lands on a statue or something. He's about a foot and a half tall. And, he's very Creature or Dobby-like. Except a little more fiendish.
Fine. During this short rest, I'm going to play Song of Rest, so anybody that takes hit dice can regain an additional 1d8.
All right.
This isn't really a short rest, though. This is more of a long rest, isn't it? Or how long are we staying here?
Well, I'll say that you've definitely spent a few hours here right now with what everyone's been kind of picking through and looking around. So if you wanted to make a long day of it, you can do that. If you kind of just want to post up here and why are you restrained? Why did you...
it's from earlier. I didn't click off that status.
Oh. No, you don't have any active conditions. You're not restrained no more. Although, not for nothing, you're all covered in, like, old, like, you've wiped away a lot of it, but there's still little... like lumps and strands of that webbing. Everyone's hair that has hair, your hair's a mess. Very gross.
So, Axton, does this place have a tub?
It does not.
Axton, you're flooded with the image of the open vault.
You could always jump in and out of the gelatinous cube thingy.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of everything.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of exfoliation.
I think everybody here has been attacked by a cube, or something like it. And yeah, it's very spicy.
All right, so are we just going to take a short rest, or are we going to actually just kind of chill here for the day, rest, and What say the group?
What say the group?
I'm okay with resting for like a couple hours. I'm okay with the whole day. This is essentially another home to me, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we could keep watch and get a long rest in.
Yeah, very comfortable long rest.
Yeah.
I'll say this couch here, the cushion is like completely flattened and the leather is like very, very brittle. I'm sure each of you at some point in the time that you've been here sort of like poked it or put your hand down on it, and it just feels like layers of paper under, crumbly leather. Not very comfortable. The wood is very, very creaky. Fortunately, this place is all subterranean, so there's no real moisture that has really rotted anything. The wood is still upright, although you get the feeling that the larger of your party would probably break some stuff if you sat down on it. But
we'll just crack out a bedroll and
yeah. You do see the remnants of a little fire here, where the party had previously spent the night.
all those years ago.
Yeah, that was probably, I don't know, what do you think? 6 months? Maybe less? I think Noah and I were talking about it. I think the 7 month time frame is
I think that's...
Yeah, although in real time it's been like years.
It has.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
I started this campaign in, I think, February of 21.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's been a long time. But here we are, full circle, back at this place. The day does go on. You don't really get a physical sense of time. But I will say that... Would you say you guys are doing your best to not make any noise, or are you just kind of walking around like you own the place? I imagine you're not stomping around excessively noisily, but what would you say the vibe is that way?
I'm kind of walking around here like how you'd walk in a museum.
Yeah. Kind of tiptoeing?
Yeah. I mean, comfortable, but like you said, not stomping, romping around, just paying attention, minding things carefully.
I'm walking around like I own the place, so.
Clickety clank, right?
Clank, clank. Here comes
clank,
the tank.
Clank away. All right. Well, I don't know if I have a picture of him, but I'm going to say since you're staying all night, at the 10 to 11 o'clock mark, when everyone seems to be kind of bedding down, I'm going to see if I can find it, because it's all on my work computer, but that's okay. You do see somebody that and Axton recognizes. Darn. Well, I'll just use one of these. That's fine. You see a goblin. He emerges from behind a pillar. If you guys are in the inner, bed chamber area, he emerges from, that area where Dias Morgan's statue is on the extreme right of this map that we're all on, over here. He's a little goblin. He's about 3 feet tall. I'm going to say your passive wisdom, he doesn't look like a physical threat to you, as he doesn't seem to have any companions. And he has with him his own little companion. It is a rodent or weasel or rat-like, possum-like creature that is standing next to him. And it is looking at all of you with furious and murderous intent. And you hear this goblin kind of stand there and kind of mutter to the little creature. And that is where we're going to take a little break.
All right.
It is 4 o'clock. We will meet back here at 4:15 and see what this little creature that most of you have not met has to say.
All right, cool.
All right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I found the pictures, by the way. This is a picture of that imp. And this, let me see here. Is there anything else you need to see? Here's a picture of that little imp guy. Yeah. Nothing special, like I said. Very creature or Dobby-ish. And I guess, let's see. Yeah, that's kind of it. That is until you see this little guy, who is standing next to, like I said, a very ferocious and angry-looking rat-like creature.
We're gonna say, is it a beaver?
No, it definitely does not look like a beaver. It looks like whatever that is. It looks like a raccoon, ringtail, scruffy, possum-looking rat thing.
Okay.
And the little goblin, who, let's see, did that say? Okay. You remember that the goblin was named Grub. He introduced himself to you. You know in Axton, you know these little creatures. You've actually traded with him before. He lives down in that broken grate subterranean sewer system. You know him as Grub and his little creature as Maggot. And he kind of approaches you gingerly, and Axton, he looks you dead in the face and says, I knew you'd come back. Have you come to trade?
Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't seen your stuff in a while.
Yeah, I got some new stock. You want me to go and get it? I just heard some commotion up in the dungeon. Thought I'd come and check it out. Maybe keep the place safe for you while you're away. But it turned out to be you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go grab what you got.
All right, he's going to disappear and return maybe 30-ish minutes later. He's going to have a huge sack with a bunch of sticks sticking out of the front. And he is going to literally set up shop in your little campground area where you're sitting, or you're kind of posted up for the night. And yeah, he's going to lay out a whole bunch of stuff. So I would like whoever would like to engage with Grub to give me a some kind of a persuasion kind of a check, as you're going to be haggling with this little guy.
Persuasion.
24.
24, that's pretty good.
All right, big fellow, let's see what you got. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay.
It's a little
Everything just
little
went
goblin,
deathly
little
quiet.
goblin merchant. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. He's like, all right, well, let's see what you got, big fella.
All right. He kind of blushes when you call him a big fella, and he is going to look up at you and just say, "My goodness, I've never seen silvery scales like yours before.
Yeah, they are gorgeous, aren't they?
I'll give you 10 copper for one." And he's gonna produce 10 copper coins and slap them on the table.
Okay, let's see. Do I have a loose scale readily available? Because usually these things kind of stay where they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you took some scrapes in battle recently, and yeah, I would say it's definitely safe to say that, something like near a joint, or maybe up by your bicep where you were getting struck. You kind of tug on it. Yeah, one of them kind of plucks loose, and
all right. Never thought I'd be that desperate for a buck, but hey, here we are.
He slides you to 10 copper coins. They're very common. Copper. It looks like he probably trades with somebody nearby from civilization. And he's got an assortment of implements and tools. He's got a couple of potions. One of them is kind of a swirly yellow pasty looking inside of a vial kind of potion that you know as some kind of salve that you can. It's the same exact color, just distilled and boiled down. That some kind of a potion of speed or haste. Not exactly sure which kind it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 2 potions of healing. He's got a greater potion of healing. The greater potion of healing looks like it's different, something of a different color or quality. He has what looks like a set of throwing daggers. There is a little bit of blood on the satchel that they're in.
Okay. So
he's got a couple of.
I'm not going to ask how these were. A couple of what? I'm not going to ask how these were acquired.
And he's not going to tell you. He
no
seems to
problem.
be kind of. All of you are wearing either rings or bracelets or very nice clothes. He's just kind of commenting on how well dressed everyone is and how well supplied you all are.
Yeah, I look at him and I go, yeah, look but don't touch.
He's like, oh, no worries, sir. I don't like to lose me hands in my business. I'm just here to sell you or purchase you things. Maggot might take some stuff off you, but he's easy to catch.
Got my eye on you, Maggot.
Maggot is going to look up at you, and I am going to make him roll intimidation, for sure. That's a natural 17 with a -1 charisma for a 16. What does a 16 do against Kravish towering over him?
Let's see. What against what?
I got a 16 in intimidation. What do you got?
Oh, in intimidation?
Yeah. He's looking at you like he wants to bite your kneecaps off.
I got an 11. I botched the roll. I got an 11. All right, dude. Okay.
He's kind of
Just a
advancing
joke.
on you and popping up and kind of nipping at your heels and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. He's made his point.
Yeah. Maggot don't take shit off of anybody.
Clearly.
And I
Yeah,
shoo him
Grubs-
away with the
Yeah,
fiery
easily.
stick of death.
What now?
Yeah. I said easily. He shoos away, but he gets about 5 feet away from where Maven is standing and turns around and just kind of barks at you like nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first reaction is to bark back.
He seems, funnily enough, from 5 feet away, relative safety he feels, unfazed by your intimidation display. Like I said, Maggot don't take shit off of anybody.
All right.
Go ahead.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Things just kind of phased out a little bit on me there.
Oop, sorry about that.
All right. So, how much or what you asking for some of these healing potions?
Well, because I know Axton, and I know you know, and you seem like nice chaps, I'll give you the same discount I gave him. And that's going to be just 45 for each healing potion, 150 for the greater healing potion, and this little speedster paste, you got to kind of take it out and rub it on your joints, and it helps you move real quickly, and maybe lets you swing your sword one more time. I'm going to give that to you for a good 70 gold.
70 gold. Okay. So, let's see if I can haggle him down on at least the minor healing potions.
All right. Let's do this. Persuade me.
27.
Wow. He says, is that a mandolin on your back?
It is.
Well,
I
tell you
take
what.
it off and... Mm-hmm.
Tell you what. You play me a pretty song about me and Maggot, and I'll give it to you for 30 gold.
30 gold. I think that's a reasonable enough request, so I will tune up. And we'll start thinking about the exploits of the industrious and clever Grub and his tough as nails companion, the Mighty Maggot.
The Mighty Maggot. Yeah, Grub blushes each time that you compliment his business acumen and his ability to put his hair
That's
up in a cool
31
bun.
performance.
Yeah. And he kind of pipes up and he's clapping along the way to the beat, and he's like and something about me ma'am, her name was Squat. And you regale with how Squat raised such a nice and polite and hospitable goblin, and he just kind of like settles down, crisscross applesauce underneath, beneath you, and Maggot slowly kind of tiptoes towards you and then kind of sits down like a little puppy next to him, and they just kind of sway left and right, listening to you regale them and everyone else, frankly. And you kind of take a deep bow, and he just stands up and gives you this vigorous applause, and Maggot just starts barking because he gets excited.
Oh, thank you both.
That was wonderful. You're now part of the clan, Mr. Krivish.
Oh, cool.
What you always wanted, right?
All right. I can go to bed knowing a life stream has been fulfilled.
Yeah. So that's going to be 30 per regular potion, and anything else that you want.
30 for everything?
Looks like 30 for the for each just regular healing potion.
Okay.
There's two of them.
2 regular healing potions. Okay. And then the greater one was?
Greater one was 150. And I'll say if you wanted that one too, he would give that to you for, we'll call that 100 gold.
Okay. I'll take both regulars and a greater, and I'll give him 175 for those 3.
Okay. Right on. He'll take it.
All right. And then I'll look to anybody else to see if they want this haste.
I could always use a good haste.
He said paste. There's also what looks like a ram's
Paste and
horn.
haste.
It looks like there's also a ram's horn with what looks like a vial kind of shoved into the top of it with a cork. He hasn't really mentioned that one. That's at the end of the table.
So, tell me about that horn right over there, Grub.
He kind of grabs it and he's like, oh, this? Well, this is a potion of headbutt. And he kind of unpops the cork and gives it a little sniff. And you notice his forehead start to like almost harden, like plates of some kind. And 2 tiny, tiny little satyr-like goat horns grow on his forehead. And he goes up to, we're going to say Axton, and he's going to make a crazy kind of headbutt and do an unarmed strike on you. And that is a natural 15 plus 5 would be a dirty 20. Does that even hit you?
That does, with my armor class 19.
All right. I need you to make a strength saving throw. Nope, not going to do it. Yeah, he's going to do damage. Not a lot, because it's just kind of a test, it's in test mode. But he is definitely going to do some damage to you. And you're knocked prone. Whoa, nice.
Whoa, okay then.
6 points of bludgeoning, and you are knocked prone 5 feet back from where you are standing.
Dude. And that was just from whiffing it.
Yeah, he's going to cork it, and he's going to go, oh my gosh, Mr. Axton, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you all right?
Did not expect that.
Yeah, and he's going to kind of bring a little... He's going to take what looks like a small vial with a tiny little spoon, and he's going to go, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he gives you a little spoonful, and those 6 hit points are restored.
Yay.
And he just kind of pats your shoulder off, and gets all the dust off of your armor, your clothing, whatever you're wearing, and he just like deeply bows. I'm so sorry. It really works, though.
Clearly. I give him 3 silver just for the show.
he takes a little bow of his own, and he's like, appreciate that. So, yeah, you want it? It's only 50 gold for it. And he's going to explain to you actually what it does is that it helps you grow a large, curling, bighorn sheep style set of horns that last for 1 minute. And for that 1 minute, you can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action that you can go ahead and I'll make an item card for this. Using your attack ability, you can make an unarmed strike, and if it's a successful hit, it's going to be 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and they have to make a strength save or they get knocked prone, and it lasts for 1 minute, and then it's gone.
Hey, Maven, want that?
I mean, I'd be down. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How much was it?
It was 50 gold.
50. Okay. Want to
Yep.
make sure I was correct. I'll take one of those. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you'll take the only one. And you can call it the ramming potion. Potion of the ram, whatever you wish. If you would like to make a note, Baranor is going to toss him 3 gold for one of the daggers.
Because of course he is.
Yeah, he's going to fight the urge to buy all of them, but instead he's going to buy just a dagger. A simple melee weapon.
He doesn't want the throwing daggers?
Nah. He likes the daggers more. It seems more fitting for him, I think. If there's anything anybody else would like to do before nightfall, you guys are still kind of hanging out in the dungeon.
I'm just going to tend to my garden, go out and plant some more trees, work on my orchard.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature
I'm
check.
assuming.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kravish. It's okay.
I was going to say the library's been picked clean or anything like that, because I was going to see if there were any atlases or any books about the south of Valadniir.
There are books here. There's just no skill-related books. Those have been picked clean and read by members of the party. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff in the dungeon office, which is the first room you come to at the entrance. There's some books there about geography. There's some books about magical places and ley lines. Lys is listed as being a very important place magically. It seems there may be some kind of a ley line, a magical arcane ley line that crosses in a couple of directions on the foundations of Lys. It's very hot, it's very tropical, it's somewhat miserable with bugs.
Lovely.
And you
Had my fill there at Rathburn.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. But you don't learn a whole lot about anything modern. There's no books in there that are any... there's nothing in there from the late modern era. It's all second age. It's all second age common, and so you don't really get a feel for any pirate establishment there. There's no information within this place, but you do get a good feel for the different different islands that are within. Let's see here. I can probably tell you something about it, at least geographically speaking. Where's the map? There it is. Okay. You do recognize an island in this archipelago from that map called Blackwater Island.
Blackwater. Okay.
Yeah. Those two, and it's kind of like the southwestern kind of like area of the archipelago, and it's just this little island somewhere.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just reading up, see if there's any information.
Yeah.
And then once I feel like I've milked all I can, I'm going to head to bed.
All right. Okay. Your nature check of 24, Axton, yielded
27 total.
27 total. Yes, it is. 24 is good enough, but 27, you're able to really. You were smart in picking plants that were pretty much self-sufficient. Plus, the kind of pots that you've been planting these in, they have kind of a natural, magical quality to keep plants from dying completely. And I'm going to say that you are able to pick some edible parts of the plant, whether they're fruits or vegetables or just like edible roots. And you can go ahead and add 10 rations of these plants that you've been growing.
Sweet.
They're a little bland. One of them's kind of hot. It looks like there's some spice to it. But mostly everything's kind of bland. It feels like maybe grilling or roasting them would help the flavor a little, but they definitely work in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's sustenance.
Yeah. All right. The night goes on. You all kind of settle into this central portion of this chamber as the fire starts to die down, keeping the place relatively cozy and warm. And as you all kind of toss and turn, being somewhere that you're not exactly familiar with, but seems safe, Koza, you toss and turn the most.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You see before you, as you stand on a wide stone platform, you just see sort of a blue, upturned crescent moon. And it seems like there's a presence there waiting for you to do something. Seems rather expectant and anticipatory.
Can I walk towards it?
You certainly can. You walk towards it, and you find there is something ahead of you. Some kind of raised platform-like surface.
Can I get up there, or is it, like, completely isolated?
No, it's only about maybe 4 or 5 feet tall. You notice that as you get closer, there's something wrapped in cloth. Maybe a blanket, and it's squirming.
I'm gonna unwrap it slowly and carefully.
The contents are warm. The blanket is fuzzy and sort of familiar. You remember years ago that your first wife, before you met your husband, had knitted this. You don't exactly remember when. It was so long ago. But as you unwrap this little baby blue blanket, you see an infant Firbolg. She's sleeping soundly and just kind of kicking her feet as this swaddle kind of unwraps around her, giving her free motion. And she starts to cry, perhaps by being disturbed or cold.
I'm gonna pick her up and, like, swaddle her and hold her in my arms.
You kind of pat her on her back, and she gives a little hiccup-sounding burp. And as you bring her down, she opens her huge Firbolg eyes, these beautiful, beautiful brown eyes that remind you of your wife. And you recognize your daughter, Neela, as an infant. She kind of looks up and touches your face. And as she touches your face, her hand kind of passes through and you realize you had your eyes closed and she's gone. There's no platform. There's just the big crescent moon glowing in the sky. And you can feel the way you felt that there was something ahead of you when you found that platform. You feel that there is something ahead of you far in the distance. And that is when you wake up.
I'm coming, sweetheart.
You awaken amongst your friends who are also stirring in the morning. It's kind of hard to tell what time of day it is, as there is no natural light. Your stomachs rumble. Your knees and your feet feel the relief of rest. I can't remember. Did you guys have your horses? I think so.
Yeah. Probably tether them out.
Yeah. I mean, there is room for you to stable them somewhere in this place. There's no crazy stairs or teleporting portals to other parts. It's all on one level, really, except for the vault. That goes further downstairs.
We could have put them in, like, the cells.
Sure. Yeah, they'd fit. That's where you find them. So yeah, if everybody wants to slice off a ration for themselves from somewhere, unless somebody wants to cook a gourmet breakfast, I'm not against that.
I can make some breakfast. Why not?
Okay. Give me a breakfast check. A breakfast check. That's got to be what? Cooking utensils.
Yep.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. There. 26.
26? Yeah. I mean, what do you cook? Whatever you cook, it's amazing.
Like, I don't know, zucchinis and a few other, like, rare vegetables I found, some tomatoes. No bread here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a wonderful vegan breakfast. I will say, Maven, you especially enjoy it. And Kravish, you're not stranger to roughage like this. It's
I mean, it's alright.
It's good. It's missing some garlic and salt, but it tastes pretty well made. With a 26 cooking check, it's he's got some stuff hidden away, some little spices and ground up minerals that he sprinkles in there to give it a little zing. So it's not restaurant quality, but definitely fills the belly.
I throw in some of those hot peppers or something.
Yeah. Well, let's see. There's not much as far as scenery. You emerge from Dias Morgen's fortress. You walk along a stream that you kind of followed here. You find what looks like some kind of obelisk that would remember as a kind of a landmark. I'll put that in the chat. That kind of tells you that you're near Dias Morgen's fortress if you're on foot. Let's see. There you go. And you have your own recognizance. What would you all like to do as you kind of follow this stream further east on your journey? I will say that some of you know that the map back up, region. You know that further east is the Needle, further southeast, really. Okay.
All right. Well, which way are we supposed to be heading?
Well, I do want to remind everybody that in the surrounding wooded areas here is a lot of those tangle vines or the strangling vines. Just be careful.
Important safety tip. Thanks.
Yeah, I've been trying to grow them and tame them.
Yeah, how's that coming?
I got a few sprouted, but nothing major.
Was that the little thing that almost tried to eat Baranor?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm just trying to put them in different areas to keep, certain things out.
All right. Well, where are you guys? Which direction are you guys headed? Where is there a landmark I'm going to say that what you can see on the map is kind of your fog of war kind of idea of where the area. Not a lot of you are super familiar with the east part of Valadniir. You know that there's a huge flat land of grass to the east of the Garden of Mist called the Waning Meadow. But I'll say, being right here at Dias Morgan's dungeon, you've got pretty much the entire Garden of Mist to traverse before you get to that meadow. And, you've already surpassed where you found Koza. He was back in Brackenshire, so...
Well, so which way do we go? I mean, well, I wasn't here at the first portion of things, so I don't know. What is our ultimate destination right now?
Aren't we going west? I don't even remember.
You were journeying east from Brackenshire.
Oh, we're going east. That tells you my sense of direction.
Mm-hmm, clearly.
All right.
Are we headed due east for a specific place, like the last time we knew where this guy was, or to Koza's village, or where are we headed specifically?
Yeah.
I had proposed a while ago that we begin looking for my village so that I might be able to find my daughter.
Okay. Then that's where we're headed.
Then we're headed to Koza's village.
Are they a nomadic village?
No, we did have a spot in the Garden of Mist. I believe a little ways west of the Needle.
Okay. So, we're headed towards the Needle so that we can find your village.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not quite in familiar territory as a forest dweller. You did kind of wander for resources, but not this far north. You're not exactly sure where. You know which direction to go. You want to go south, southeast. And you're pretty sure you'll pick up the trail on where you want to go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we can roll with Baranor's stats, Luna's stats. She's pretty good, I think, at stealth. I am going to need... You guys do know that the Garden of Mist is a little sketchy, a little dangerous. They're not necessarily from a huge bandit population, but definitely monsters that live in this forest. It's foggy. There's kind of a rolling fog that sort of wafts in between the trees. So I'm just going to need 2 perception checks from somebody as you travel. And I can take a nature check or a survival check from Baranor or anybody else. Oh boy.
All right, I'll roll one of the perception checks.
Survival. Let's see.
Yeah, I rolled one of the perceptions, so that's
Okay.
11 for me. That's
And 11 for me, too.
Sorry, 21 for me, sorry.
Yeah, I've got pretty good survival. Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh, come on.
Not today, you don't. All
One
right.
and 2. Look at that.
Baranor and Koza are both distracted. Koza,
Of course we are.
Koza, it's obvious why you're distracted. You had kind of an interesting dream last night. It wasn't a nightmare, per se, but it also was very odd and startling. It had a way of sort of centering your focus and your resolve. And it's just enough for you to forget that you kind of do recognize this trail, and you sort of led everybody to a place that you probably would have rather avoid. And that is the crossing of Iza Gorge. I'm going to bring everybody over to the map.
I gotta head out in 6 minutes, so.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
No problem.
I have family coming to town, so.
Ooh.
Stuff to do. Oh, yeah, we're driving 45 minutes to go see my aunt in the rain because it just started raining. I'm very, very not excited.
Oh.
All right, well,
It's okay.
it's okay. All it is a bridge crossing a very, very deep gorge. Baranor kind of finds himself rather distracted as well, but that's because Luna seems to be, walking a little slower.
Oh,
And-
baby.
It's not anybody's guess why. You've all noticed over the last few weeks to a month that her belly has gotten bigger. It's almost like she's dragging a bit of a gut. She definitely doesn't hop over logs the way she used to. She finds herself walking around them. And so Baranor is just kind of keeping his hand on her back and kind of whispering to her, like, I know, girl. Don't worry. Soon. Soon. And
Does she
yeah,
wanna
you
go
find
in the
your...
ring so she doesn't have to walk around, or
What's that?
does she want to like go in the ring so she doesn't have to try to walk around in that state?
Yeah. She kind of walks around a lot of stuff that you've seen her just sort of climb and run up and hop down and, you know, kind of parkour her way through the woods, which is her natural environment. Yeah, she's being very cranky and lazy. She kind of growls a little bit when other people walk by her a little. And you find yourself at the foot of this bridge that crosses this enormous gorge. It's about maybe 35 feet across, and by any right, it's bottomless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Koza, we're relying on you. What's on the other end of this bridge? Okay, I can get a pretty good idea of what's underneath it. And that answer is not much.
Yeah, I'll say, actually, Sir Kravish, as you kind of tiptoe on the edge, you can hear a distant, deep kind of rumbling that's very rhythmic and short-lived, almost like the rasping of some great beast's breathing.
Yeah, I've always tried to avoid this area. We might want to step quietly.
If you've always tried to avoid it, why'd you march us right through it?
It's been a while.
Clearly.
All right, I need a group stealth check. I
Stealth?
will roll for Maven and Baranor if they are AFK.
I'm about to leave. I'll do it real fast.
Okay, real fast. I'm going to roll for Luna
All right.
as well.
Woo.
She has a very high dex. Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god. Oh no.
Oh
Okay.
my
If it
gosh.
makes you feel better, I rolled a natural one.
Oh
Ah.
boy.
Okay, my
All
dears.
right.
I shall see you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Okie-dokie. See you later.
Toodles.
Yeah, with that many people, so basically Baranor kind of like crouches down and skitters across the bridge. He's the first across the bridge. So I'm gonna put him right here. Kravish, that was a bad
Is there
roll.
an actual picture? Because
No, it's just black.
I just see a black.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe I didn't reveal it yet. Hold on, my bad. Oh, you haven't seen it this whole time? Cool.
Nope.
Well, how about that?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's weird. I wonder why it's like that.
I'm just gonna refresh my screen just to be sure it's not me.
Huh. Maybe if I do this. No, I don't think that changes it either. How rude. Well, okay. That's strange. Very, very strange. Let me see if I can whip this up real fast. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try. Anyway, that's not super important right now because it's really going to be about a couple of you.
It's going to be covered in blood soon enough.
Yeah, so... there we go. Alright, I'm going to do this. How big is this? I'll just make a new page. How big is this page? It is 15 by 20. Okay, no problem. 15 by... Oops. On the fly. Stuff. And then I do... this. Ooh, bless you.
Thanks.
Yep. Alright, I make it a little smaller because that is way too big. And then I'll put you all on it. So give me 1 second, folks. Okay. Alright, nearly there. Thank you for your patience. I think you'll be able to see this. Oh, how about that?
Yep.
Okay. Okie dokie. As I was saying, I'm going to put Valadniir on the other side. Oops. On the other side of the bridge. Luna did not make it across like that. So, how did we do again? I know we didn't do great. Valadniir did good. Koza actually did pretty good. Kravish actually did pretty good. But Luna did not. Axton did not. And Maven did not. So, I'm going to say...
And what about Una?
Yeah, what about Uno? I think he...
I see a 16 for him.
16, yeah, that's not bad. It's not great. He's going to end up being on the bridge along with Koza. Kravish, you may join Valadniir.
All right.
Luna is back here. Uno is also pretty much almost across the bridge. Uno, you can go right there. Maven did not do great. She's back here with... And who got that 1? Who got that natural 1? Axton, you're over here, brother.
I think Maven got a 1 also.
Yeah. You guys are all over here. Why? Oh. Damn it. Okay. This.
Yeah, I'm all squished.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm on maps right now. I'm on the map layer. I need to put that on the token layer. I need to put him on the token layer. Go to the token layer. There we go. Alright, I'll fix Uno's size. You can go, like, maybe almost all the way across the bridge, like right here. And I'll fix your squishiness. Yep, just like that. Okay, that's good. Okay. Alright. All of you kind of stand along the bridge as you traverse it, and you hear that rhythmic breathing stop. And that's when you see sort of this black tentacle sort of rise right about here. And it's going to be about this big. And it starts to rise over the bridge. Let me see, if I turn it, will that look better? Yeah, kind of like that. And you slowly see another one emerge on this side, about like that.
Ah, crap.
You know what? More like that. Because it's got to be in the ravine, right? Okay. So...
Do we remember anything about this ravine? Because I don't remember ever crossing this thing before.
Well... You didn't come this direction. You do know a long time ago when you were a young man, you do remember hearing about Iza Gorge and that it was dangerous and that they had erected a number of bridges across it. This just happens to be one of them. There's not a whole lot of research done about the creatures that live at the bottom of the gorge. You just know don't go down there. It's kind of an old spooky story. So I would like everyone to go ahead, let me clear the thing out, and roll some initiative. And I will put some weird, creepy music in. Creepy! Is this too sinister? Intense horror music. I think maybe that might be too much. So, where are we at? I don't know what's up. My music isn't going now. But
Come on.
Yes, evil organ music. That's perfect for a forest tentacle fight.
Yes, this is the perfect atmosphere.
All right, I will roll for Baranor. I will roll for Miss Maven. Okay. As these two tentacle creatures just sort of emerge from the dark and start harassing you, which is not nice. No one likes to be harassed. Oops. Okay, that's a weird... I don't know why I put that. Okay. Maven. Oh, wait, she's got, like, a weird character sheet that I can't access. So I'll just roll a d20 with a bunch of modifiers, because she's got crazy freaking decks. Oh, boy. And for Luna, wow, I am rolling terribly when it comes to you guys' stats. That's not
Oh, no.
That's not good. It's almost like I'm doing it on purpose. Who was it that was calling shenanigans on me last week?
That would be me.
That would be you. She got a 5. Oh boy. And Maven did not get that. I don't know why it's rolling that for him. Maven got a 6. Okay. Got everybody but let's see.
You just gotta add me.
Oh, my bad. I gotcha. Add turn. There you go. Da-da, da-da, da-da. What about Koza?
I have to be added to the turn order.
You aren't even on the map. But you did pretty well, so you're going to be kind of like right... Koza. Make Koza the right size.
Squished Koza.
Squished Koza. Yeah, you're like over here. Maybe like right there. You're right next to this thing.
Okay.
Ha ha ha. Okay. I think that might be everybody. We've got a 15. Alright. Decent. The top of the round. Wow. Well, wait, I gotta roll for these guys. The bad guys need to have a turn, too. What'd I get? Oh, I got a 6. Damn, everyone's rolling low on initiative today. Gee whiz. Alright.
Can Maven really get an initiative roll that low with her dex modifiers and everything?
I don't know. I don't have access to her sheet. I gave her a big modifier. She rolled a 2. She rolled a 2. There's not much I can do with that.
Yep.
Yep, so Baranor is going to right away cast Hunter's Mark on this one. We'll just give it that real quick. He's going to shoot with his gardener's bow. Let's see, does he hit it? A 29 definitely hits it. And it's going to have to make a strength check as the gardener's bow entangle feature is going to try and entangle it. Okay.
You're starting to get more static or distortion on your voice.
Oh, is that so? Alright. How about that? How we doing there?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So, Baranor shoots his bow. This thing is going to take a strength save. It's pretty strong, not terribly strong, but it's enough to avoid the entangle, unfortunately. So, it is the end of his turn. He's going to move. Let's see. He's going to move into the forest. He's not hurt by difficult terrain. He's going to climb up a tree and perch, so he has a good view. And he's going to end his turn. Axton, you're next.
Okay, bonus action, Spirit Shroud. I'll say radiant damage.
All right.
I'll move in. Can I get to there and then start swinging on this one?
Yes. I'm going to try and... Oh, hold on. Let me put this back there. I'm going to give you a Spirit Shroud. Let's see. A Spirit Shroud. How about a cool flag?
Yeah, flag.
All right. Make your
First
attack.
20 to hit.
Yep. Dirty 20 hits.
And in total of 16 damage. 8 slashing, 8 radiant.
Okay.
For that first attack. Second attack. I'm going to use precision attack to hit it.
Okay. Just so you guys know, you get the feeling, Axon, that this thing has an AC of 15.
Uh-huh.
So, it's Axon, finish your turn, and then Yuno, and then Kravish. Just keep track of your damage. I gotta go AFK for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Cool.
So, feel free to play through.
Okay.
So that would be what is it? 18 to hit it, and a
Yeah, with
total
an
of
AC of
18
15,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah, and 18 damage.
Okay.
16 slashing damage to radiant. Also, it can't move, or its speed is reduced by 10, and it can't heal based on the Spirit Shroud, I believe.
Yeah, can't regain hit points till the start of your next turn. 10 feet of its speed reduced, yeah.
Cool. Ends my turn.
Alright. And you've already used your movement. Okay, so it's your turn.
I'm gonna go with the old, reliable Firebolt. And you know what? I'm gonna split it with my robe, so I'm gonna hit both of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Because fuck them.
Twin 6 guns blazing.
That's 28 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gonna be 14 points of fire damage.
All right. 14 points of fire damage to each. It's pretty good. This one has already taken a significant amount of damage from Axton. Axton, was there a thing about its speed that you did, right?
That's right. It's because of the Spirit Shroud, its speed is reduced by 10.
And it can't regain any hit points. Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
14 each from Yuno's Firebolt. Yeah, you just kind of like you extend your arms and the trim on your robe lights up momentarily. And as you rocket one of those firebolts, this energy from your robe kind of divides it down the middle and it fires off in 2 different directions, each one striking these things for a massive amount of fire damage. They recoil immediately. I'm going to say they recoil 5 feet away, just because they're like, what the hell was that? And hey, what the hell? That's 5 feet away from Yuno. Yuno, you get a melee attack against this thing.
Actually, I get another cantrip because I have Warcaster.
That's right.
So, you know what? I'm gonna go with Firebolt again.
All right.
That's a 21 to hit.
Does hit.
And another 15 points of fire damage.
All right. This one totally recalls into the darkness. I'm just gonna hide him right here. Here, hold on. Watch this. Hide area. There. Now you can see him. Oh, wait. Now you can't see anything.
Now we can't see a damn thing.
Hold on.
What the hell happened to everything?
Okay, who turned out the lights? Okay. Here. There. He is hidden. You can't see him. All right. That was Yuno's turn, right? Yes, it was.
Yep.
Would you like to use movement, bonus action, anything?
Nope, that'll end my turn.
Okay, Kravish.
Alright, so I'm going to just move. No, it's almost stay put.
Okay.
I am going to look across the way over towards Maven, and I'm going to give her a die of Bardic Inspiration.
Awesome.
And that's my action. I'm not going to expend any movement because I'm going to stay over here. And I think that's going to end my turn. She'll get an extra D8 for an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay. All right. Spicy, is that it?
Yeah. Get over this way as fast as your elven little buns can get you.
All right. this creature right here is joined by the creature that was already here, except now it's going to be right here. And I'm going to be that guy. You see another one right here. Except it's not that small, because you're not that lucky. It's every single one of these things is getting 2 attacks. As these spiky tentacles writhe in every direction. So it's going to catch Luna, Axton, and Yuno and Koza. Each one of you get an attack. So let's do this. That is a 8 against Luna, which does not hit her. That is a 10 against Axon. It does not hit you. Rolling low here, folks. Against Yuno, that is a 13, which does not hit. Sure. And Koza. Of course I rolled high. A 23.
Damn.
Excuse me, 22. Rolled a 19. Alright, Mr. Koza. These sharp, spiky tendrils whipping across the map here strike you and hit you for 6 points of shredding damage. We'll say slashing, what the heck. This one right here also gets an attack. It's gonna try for Luna and Axton again. It's a little far away from Maven. Luna is lucky with a natural 3 for 6. Axton, natural 1. Wow, what a bunch of BS. Not cool. I call shenanigans. That ends the tentacle monster's turn. Maven, of course, is going to spring forward, get into range. I don't have her sheet up, unfortunately, but I know what her stats are, I think. Okay. 2
Proceed to whip the shit out of every one of them.
One is not great. The other one's not great. Holy crap. Not rolling super great as your characters here, guys. She's going to make.
She has that diabardic inspiration if it's, close enough.
You know what? A D8 would definitely help. Let me do that. I'll do that on her higher strike. Okay. 17, that hits. Okay, that hits. So, she is going to 8 points of damage against this guy. She's going to do Flurry of Blows, which is 2 strikes. All right. Natural 20 on the one. The other one doesn't hit. Ooh, nice. This, and we double it. So that is 14 plus 5 is 19 points on that one. Bam, pummeling this thing. As she would. Okay, I'll be quick. Luna's gonna bite it.
I'm just wondering, does Luna get pack tactics when she's next to, an ally?
She does. I believe she does. 5e Wolf. I believe they get it just like a kobold does. Pack tactics, yes. She gets advantage on this strike. 1 is a 17. That one's definitely gonna hit, and so is. Nope, the other one's not. So she gets 1. 1 is definitely gonna, or she only gets 1 strike. She got a natural 7. All right.
I don't think I was ever added to the initiative.
You weren't. Why not? Add turn. Are you sure? You weren't. Roll initiative.
Nope. I'm supposed to go after Luna.
You're supposed to go after Luna? Okay.
Here.
That's weird. No, I'll make you. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Fine. Okay. She bites, she strikes, and she does 6 points of biting damage. It cannot make a strength save to be knocked prone because it cannot be knocked prone. Koza, you are next.
Alright, I am going to cast Shillelagh on my Moonglaive.
Okie dokie.
And then I'm going to cut the tentacle in front of me.
Alright.
Alright, so shaboink. Never mind.
That is a miss, my friend.
And I can't move unless I want to get whapped in the face. So that's all I can do, I guess. That was a big waste of a turn.
You can move anywhere within 5 feet of it without triggering anything. Like up here, up here. You just can't move further away.
I mean, I guess I'll go over here.
Okay. You are now in between 2 tentacles.
Yeah.
Yay.
Just trying to get across the bridge.
Across the bridge, Valadniir is going to take 2 shots from his bow.
Wait a minute, aren't you moving away from the side? I thought we made it to the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to get to this area.
Yeah. Koza was right here.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm staying there.
You're going the opposite direction. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going back the way we came.
I was confused.
That's okay. I got 2 17s, which is both hits. So... Oh, wait. I could have done that from his sheet, because he does have a sheet. But that's alright. I'll just roll the damage on both. And damage, and 13 and 11. Alright. This one right here is the one that escaped before. You see Valadniir strike it with 2 laser-accurate shots right into the meaty part of its little segment, and something beneath it shrieks this low... And it disappears behind the depths. And it's now behind this black, dark part, and you can't see it. And that's going to end his turn. Next up is... Who is next? Oh, get this out of the way. Should have had a bigger monitor. Axton! Axton and then
Is it this one that's still damaged that from my previous cut?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's not looking super great, actually. It's got a pretty deep gash in the side, and it's bleeding red. All over the bridge. It's kind of gross.
Nice.
Kind of gross.
Oh man, this is taking a while to roll. I clicked it. I'll try it again. If it rolls twice, I'm sorry. I knew it was going to roll twice. Oh well, I guess that'll be my 2 attacks anyway.
Sure.
Oh, I gotta roll d8s for each one of those as well.
Alrighty.
Okay, so 13 slashing and 4 radiant on the first attack. 14 slashing and 7 radiant on the second attack. Oh, something was rolled. Oh, I think I rolled an extra d8. I'm not sure why.
Okay. So then what is that total then?
Oh, 13 plus 4, that's 17. Plus 21.
Ooh. Alright. This tentacle also shrieks and disappears behind my super secret black block. That you can't see anything behind it.
No, nothing. And I guess that will end my turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm not sure if it matters, but its speed was reduced by 10.
Okay. Well, it fell beneath the darkness a little slower than it would have normally.
Well, that's my turn.
Okie doke. You are up next.
Go with Old Reliable, the old Firebolt.
The old Fireball.
If it's
Fire
not
away.
broke, don't fix it.
Damn right.
26.
Okay, 26 definitely hits. Go and roll that.
And 11 points of fire damage.
Alright, yeah. This one isn't nearly as devastating as when you shot the queen through the queen bug through the abdomen, but this definitely scorches the surface of it. It recoils and shakes it off a little, but seems to be still in the game.
That'll end my turn.
That'll end your turn. Okay, it is Krabish's turn. On your turn, guess what you see?
A rainbow.
Yeah, nah, not so much. You see another one of these things emerge from the same side as its friend.
Ah, Jesus H, Mother
Right
Humping
about
Christ.
here.
Okay.
Right, but it looks like it can hit all 3 of you guys.
Okay. All right. So let me check something here real quick. Excuse me. I should know by now what 15-foot radius.
That sounds like the flitter fairies.
Yes, it is. I'm going to use my action to fire up Spirit Guardians.
Okey-dokey. A wisdom save, A. These things are super wise, as I'm sure you can guess.
So it takes 15 points of radiant damage, and its speed is halved.
Its speed is halved. It takes 15 points of damage. Kravish, how would you like to do this?
How would I like to do this?
Yeah.
All right, as I make my incantation and my little dragonettes start coming around to flit around,
Yep.
I'm like, back off. You would not know what kind of days we've been having lately. Be gone.
Yeah, and I will say I would have you roll an intimidation check, but it doesn't have enough intelligence where that would matter. Because you scare it off, and you have like a connection with this spell. You use this spell a lot, so it almost gives you kind of a sensory perception on when it has hit something, and you get that feeling kind of race through that it is hitting something, like actively as we speak, right under the bridge. Like there's damage being caused under the bridge at the extremes of that. And then all of a sudden, the tentacles, so you hear this, and all the tentacles retreat, recoil, lower into the darkness of the ravine beneath you.
I let out a little sigh of relief, and I'm like, move, move, move.
Yeah.
Double time it.
Double time, yeah. Everybody gets across the bridge, no problem. How long does Spirit Guardians last?
I think a minute.
A minute? All right, I'm going to say that in
concentration
that
up to 10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes, actually.
As you as you go further into the woods on the other side of this bridge, you can feel your flitty fairies attacking what feels like something very small, buzzing around. There's about 3 of them, and it just eviscerates 3 of these large flies that are just kind of like buzzing around. Now, mind you, this map, it looks like the spring or summer. It's not. There's still snow on the ground. So it's odd for these insects to be out, and it looks like your Spirit Guardians just eviscerated them into 3 little piles of pulp that plop to the ground. There's a little bit of blood that runs out. The rest of you seem relatively unscathed. Yeah, do you want to do anything here, or do you want to continue your journey southeast through the forest?
I say let's be a couple of shepherds and get the flock out of here.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I need a survival check and a history check from Koza. I need both of those. You're going to be kind of checking out the forest as well as keeping an eye on your, landmarks that you remember around here. And then I need a perception check from 2 others of you, please.
Come on. What happened to rolling good, man?
I don't know.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right.
26 total.
At least somebody got a good roll.
Give me a history check.
All right,
from
here's that
Koza
history
2.
check.
Okay.
All right. Dude.
Damn.
34.
Yeah. It's difficult. You kind of walk yourself in circles, and I'm gonna say that Koza's lead of the charge. He seems visibly distracted. He seems visibly concerned. And you guys end up actually kind of double backing over your own footsteps. You waste almost an entire half of the day.
Dude, Koza, I'm not meaning to question, the whole druid connection with the woods thing, but I'm beginning to think your connection here's got a few loose wires.
I know, it's starting to stress me out, man. I don't know what the problem is. Usually I'm better at this.
Well, calm down. Take some deep breaths. Go back to what you know. Like, let's all just stop. Let's take 5 here. Koza. Let's chill a little bit, okay?
Yeah, there's it's a beaten path that you guys are following. It's about a 10.5-foot wide trail that seems relatively covered in snow. Baranor's having an easy time, and so is Kravish and Axton having a pretty easy time of maintaining where the trail is. Koza, you kind of walk off on your own as everyone just kind of posts up. Take a little breather, not necessarily a short rest, or unless you want to take a short rest. And you kind of wander off. And you kind of feel flustered, a little panicked. You expected to at least be at your village by now. So go ahead and give me a religion.
All right.
And during my pep talk, I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration die.
I'm going to give myself guidance, too.
All right. That's a D8 and a D4.
All right, so religion. Doot.
Woo.
Okay. The one time I don't need guidance.
That's better, though.
But you can still hold on to that bardic inspiration die if you need to. You don't have to spend it right now.
I might hold on to it. Okay, 25.
25. That is a huge roll. So you kind of walk up to this large tree. It's probably 3 feet wide. It looks like one of these trees that it doesn't naturally get huge in width, but it definitely gets tall. And it's kind of got there hasn't been much snow lately. It seems like spring is starting to creep its way into the Garden of Mist ever so slowly. You put your hand on it, and you feel the chill that this tree has endured all winter. And your druid self naturally kind of crafts small moss and tiny flowers around your fingers that sort of grow onto them. You close your eyes, and you just see your crescent moon, and it beams at you. And it looks like the crescent moon of the Moonweaver, which points up. It starts to droop down and face downward, and rain little stars from its crescent down over a black blue sky. And you open your eyes, and you see a very, very familiar tattered cloth strung between 2 trees that look like this. You recognize it as the flag or banner of your village, as in you literally see it. It's not part of a vision.
Oh,
it's in rough shape.
Found it.
It's in rough shape. It's torn and shredded, and you definitely recognize this as sort of a border banner that signifies the extreme edges of your village's territory, maybe a quarter mile away. And you look beyond, and you see the tramplings of shrubs, where it looks like something moved through here and just pushed down all of the small ground cover. You have a vision that flashes across your subconscious. Rotten teeth, skeletal claws, grabbing, shoving, growling, dragging away, ripping people apart. A pair of blue hands that look like your daughter's reaching for you in a shriek in the darkness. As you see them run, you open your eyes, and that's where we're going to pick up next session.
Ooh, boy.
Fun times.
Whew.
All right.
All right, gents.
Fun times.
Yeah. Hey,
Fun
I'm real
times
glad
indeed.
that I'm real glad we're back with the Crown Collectors. That was fun.
Me too, man.
We were a little short a party member or two, but I had a good time. I appreciate
So did I.
showing up. Yeah. Looking ahead, we are looking at the 18th of May. So obviously, appreciate if you show up. If you got something going on, obviously just let me know. But that was cool to get the gang back together. I will
get the band back together.
Yeah, I will make item cards in the next week for. There's the boots. Maven has the ring. What else was there? There was something.
Some of those potions that maggot and grub.
The potion of the ram charge.
Okay, I'll write that up too. Yeah, and anything else that you guys have that you've written down that you were looking at or maybe collected, let me know. I'll make a card for it if necessary. I don't think we need a card for the speedy, hasty potion, but everything else, I'll take care of it, no problem. So, all right, folks, ended a little early today, but that was a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.
Great. See you next time.
See ya.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.